Yes, we are starting this at 4:44. I like it. Hey guys, it's Annie. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're diving into a manifestation subject slash question that I get often. The question that people ask me is, how have you manifested such great soul friendships, like soul family friendships? And thank you for those of you who've noticed how awesome my friends are and the friendships that I have with them. First and foremost, before we dive in, if you love when I talk about manifestation, please hit the thumbs up button. It really means so much to me. And also if there are any manifestation or personal development topics in general that you want me to cover, or any kind of videos, please comment below. Interacting with my videos helps so much. So I'm gonna talk briefly about my friendships, what they look like, a little bit on how my friendships used to be, and then I'm gonna go through steps and tips of how I got here. I would say that the last tip is probably one of the most crucial, so stick around for the entire video and take notes if you would like. So there's that. So the thing about my closest friends is they are just very aligned with who I am. They're into spirituality, they're into manifestation. They themselves are extremely all good with manifestation. They're all very intuitive and gifted. We communicate deeply, like we know each other's hearts and we work through things and help each other. They're into personal development, and just as good as like we are with having deep conversations and really good communication, we equally have fun together and laugh and play and have a good time. So there's like this depth and there's also this lightness. Another thing is a lot of my friends are engaged or married, and my friends' significant others are also my friends. Like, it's not like, oh, that's Alon's fiance, that's Alyssa's husband. It's like, no, that's my friend Shane and that's my friend Andrew. And we all have this unique bond between each other that I have never experienced in my life. Another thing that I love is we cheer each other on. Like, we want each other to win. I had friendships in the past where I would share good news, like, hey, this thing just happened, like, yay! And I would be met with, oh, that's good. Like, you could clearly tell with certain friends from my past that they were not excited or happy for me when good things would happen. And that's something that I always wanted, because I always cheer people on, and I'm like, will someone cheer me on, please? Like, So I feel like I have all of the things that I never knew that I could have in a friendship. No one knows me the way that my current friends know me. I always had this feeling back before I met my people, my friends that I have now. I always had this feeling of nobody truly knows me. No one knows who I am. And it was so frustrating feeling like I had this version of myself who was the true me inside, and no one knew who she was or experienced who she was. And that was really on me, because how is anyone supposed to really know you if you're not showing the real you, if you're not letting the real you out? So that is the first step of my transformation, of finding myself and finding my soul friendships. And that was to uncover who I truly was. We're all so conditioned by our family, by society, by social media, by all of these factors, that we're afraid to show all parts of us because we're afraid that we'll get judged or rejected. So then we just show what we think will be accepted by those around us. And if you're not super happy with the kinds of people around you, like, what parts of you are you showing? When it comes to manifestation, like attracts like. If you're showing a superficial side of yourself, if you're bonding and connecting with others through gossip or negativity, like, that's what you're going to attract, even if that's not truly who you are. So it took me finding myself first. And I'm not saying you have to run off and go be a hermit and not talk to anyone and find yourself before you can make friends, but like, take a step back and get to know you. Who are you? Who is on the inside versus who you're showing up as? So questions that I have for you that you can write down, and I really suggest you reflect and journal these out. And the first question is, how do you talk to yourself? are you friendly to yourself? Are you hyping yourself up genuinely, or do you tend to have negative self-talk? I used to be extremely self-deprecating. My constant inner dialogue was like, you're ugly, people don't like you, you're annoying, F my life. Whenever I would go and have a social interaction, even if I had fun in the moment, afterwards I would reflect back and be like, oh my gosh, I was probably so annoying. Like, you're so stupid. Like, they don't like you. Like, that's the constant inner dialogue and self-talk I had for myself. And I've shared this before, like I was so mean to also my physical body. Like I would just look at myself and go, every part of me is disgusting. Every single part of me is gross and ugly except my hands because they're dainty and tiny. That's the only part of myself I liked. Everything else I was like, nope, she's gross. And if you had a friend that was like that, telling you, you're annoying, nobody likes you, you're gross, you're ugly, whatever, you would not want to be friends with that person. And actually, I did have some friends in my life that maybe not to that extent constantly, but to some extent reflected those things to me, and they were very judgmental and harsh and mean. And I'm like, of course I was attracting that at that time because I wasn't being a fan of myself. So the kind of people that I was letting in just kind of met me at my inner dialogue. And that's not to say everyone I hung out with was that bad, but there were some that were almost that bad, but no one was quite as harsh to me as myself. And if you do tend to have self-deprecating dialogue, I want you to make a list of all of the things that you do like about yourself. And it doesn't have to be physical because, again, for me, it was really hard to find physical things that I liked about myself. But I could take a step back and go, I have a good heart. I love animals. I want to help people. I'm caring. And, you know, whatever I could really find within my heart to be true. So sit there and come up with a list of things that are heart-centered truths. This is something that I have my coaching clients do. Like, what are your heart-centered truths about yourself? And every time that you notice yourself going into a negative thought spiral about yourself, bring forth in your mind, or even pull up on your notes on your phone, or if you have it on paper, like pull it up and read those to yourself, or just memorize those things to yourself. So every time my mind would go, oh my gosh, you're so embarrassing, like nobody likes you, I would literally stop and go, no, that's not true. Okay, what are my truths? You're a good person. You love animals. You care about others. You want to help people, etc. So it's like you're stopping and breaking that loop of self-criticism. You have to learn to be a friend of yourself. So get to know you. Get to like yourself. Dig deep and really find out who you are versus who you've been presenting yourself as to the world. And I used to suck at expressing myself. I used to be so bad at getting the words out. And that was part of that whole nobody knows who I am. Nobody knows the real me, because I didn't know how to express the real me, because I was afraid that the real me wasn't lovable. But guess what? The real you is the most lovable part of yourself. And if you're not showing up as yourself, then you're not going to have the friendships that align with your true self. And you don't understand how free it is when you finally get to be around people where you can just really fully be you. It's so healing. The next thing that I did, this is a big tip, was I scripted about the kind of friends and relationships that I wanted. And back then I couldn't even make eye contact with people. Like I literally in my scripting would write, I'm confident and I can share what's on my heart and I can make eye contact with people and my friends cheer me on. You know, those seem like pretty basic relationship dynamics and whatnot, but that was not my reality. I couldn't make eye contact. I couldn't speak my truth. My friends didn't cheer me on. Like my friends at the time didn't cheer me on. And that is what I have now. I actually have a video where I shared some of that scripting, so I'll insert that right here. Okay, here's one from March of 2016. I'm so happy to be surrounded by friends who are so uplifting and supportive and motivational. Things are so balanced. I love myself and the person I am, and I love others. I'm good and relaxed at having conversations with other people, and I'm good at making eye contact and making others feel loved and comfortable. I recently just got that solid group of friends where it's not about gossip, it's not about surface level conversations, it's about growth. There's no judgment. We sit around and go deep with our conversations, and it's so interesting going back into these first scripting entries, and it's like, that's what I was wanting back then. That's what I was aiming for, and I have it now. And the last piece of advice that I have for you today, and it's one of the most important steps to actually physically manifest into your life those relationships, is I put myself in environments where I could meet them. I joined online group coaching programs. My friend Alon, one of my very best friends, we were in a coaching certification program together. We just so happened to live 10 minutes away from each other when there were people in this online program that lived all over the world. Like, one woman was in Germany and everyone was just spread out across the United States all over the place, and Alon and I just so happened to live 10 minutes from each other, which was amazing. But I do have friends that I met from that program that I'm friends with, and we don't even live by each other. So you can still make connections that way. My friend Alyssa, Alon and I actually met her at a conference called Pays to Be Brave, and Evelyn and Carissa both happened to be there as well. So those friends came together from these things and just expanded from there. And I didn't join these programs or events because I was looking for friends. That wasn't the goal. I joined because I was looking for myself. I wanted to grow for myself and show up and learn, and it was with that in mind. And it just so happened, because I showed up in my power for myself to grow and expand and learn for myself, that I was in alignment with those same kind of people who were doing the same things in their lives. And that's why we work together so well, because we all did our own personal work and then came together. And again, just going over some of the things to find your soul friendships. Find yourself, love yourself, support yourself, have a good time with yourself. Script, really dig into what kind of friendships would I like? What would I like the dynamic to look like? Get clear on that. Show up for yourself in those ways, and then put yourself in environments where you can meet those people. And if you're like, I don't even know where to go to meet those people, well, I have an exciting announcement for you. If you didn't know already, I have shared a bit about this, but Alon and I are actually hosting a retreat in October. Hold up, listen to me for a second. If you've ever wanted to, for one, meet aligned women and make deep friendships, if you've ever watched my videos going, oh my gosh, I wish I could be freaking friends with Annie, like, this is your actual chance to do so. The retreat is halfway filled already. That doesn't mean go, oh, it's probably already filled by the time I see this video. It is halfway filled already, but we do still have spots. You would be hanging out with me for how many days straight? I think it's 4 nights. It's a Monday through a Friday in October, the 17th through the 21st, near Portland, Oregon. We have the Airbnb booked. I'll share some photos. It's beautiful. Not to mention, this is the Pacific Northwest in the fall times. Like, if you are a fall kind of a gal, like, the leaves are turning, the air is crisp, and it's just going to be a beautiful experience. Also, a fun thing that we're going to be doing is, it is close by to where they filmed Halloween Town, and every year they set up that town like Halloween Town, and we're gonna go visit it. So not only would you get to hang out with me, you also get to go to freaking Halloween Town, meet other women who are in this sort of space, who want connection, who want to show up authentically. There's gonna be a lot of time just for friendship and connecting, and I'm going to be a part of that the whole time. I'm not just gonna be this like facilitator on a pedestal going, here, learn from me. Like, no, we're gonna have like deep conversations. I'm gonna be authentic. I'm gonna share, you know, the things in my life that maybe I don't even share here online. And yeah, just a lot of connections. There will be workshops, there'll be energy healing, there'll be like doing morning routines together, a lot of nourishment, food's taken care of, shuttle to and from the airport and to Halloween Town's taken care of. And every single person that we've had a call with so far who've been interested in the retreat have been like, wow, I'm actually really surprised by that pricing, and are really pleasantly surprised by not only the pricing, but also that there are different packages and payment plans. And I know people are gonna be like, how much is it? We ask that you apply. So click the link down below if you want to come to this. You can apply and we will send you out a link to book a call, and you will hop on a Zoom call with Alana and myself, and we'll talk about all the details, all the different options, payment plans, ways to make this doable so that you can be a part of it. And one of the reasons we want to do that, because we want to see people take initiative, like be brave and go, I'm going to do this even if it's scary. I'm going to hop on this call, and it's pressure free, by the way. Like, we just get to talk and get to know each other, and you know, talk about what the retreat will look like. It's going to be super fun, and then see if we can make it work. And also, by the way, if you're watching this and it's still August, which as I'm filming this, it's August 28th, early bird pricing goes until the end of August. So if you apply and book your call in the next couple days before the last day of August, you can get in on early bird pricing, which is pretty freaking great. And if you're seeing this after August, you can still apply normal pricing, still totally doable with payment plans and all the things. So if that is something you're excited about and you want to meet me in person and hang out and actually be friends in person, then please apply. Don't hesitate. Don't write it off thinking it's already filled, because you know that's probably not the case. I mean, unless you're seeing this and it's like already time for the retreat. But yeah, please apply. This is honestly the kind of environment where I met all of my best friends. So don't miss out on the first retreat Alana and I will be hosting together. It's going to be very special. Click the link down below, apply, book your call, and we will see how we can make it work. We can make it work if you really want to do this. And I hope to see you in October. That is all for today. Go take care of yourself. Go love on yourself. Go script about the friendships that you want. Do some manifestation practices to manifest going to this retreat if you want to. And one of the best things you can do for setting that manifestation in motion, if you do want to come see us in person, is to take inspired action and apply and just see what happens. So with that being said, thank you for hanging out, and I will see you soon. All right, bye guys.